excited to get into the stream. As we get in here, I want to talk about habits in this live stream. Super, super important. I'm very excited to get into it. But for now, I'm going to kind of set this up real quick, get my microphone set up. It's been a couple days since I've streamed, so that's always good. But I wish I could do a test run before it's fine. I do want to get a new mic here soon. Well, not soon. It'll be a while before I get a new mic. This is kind of a new mic, so I'm not really worried about it. But let's see here. Everything is kind of tangled up, which is fine, I guess. But move it up here for now. There we go. Okay, here we are. Just kind of fix that up a little bit. All right, everybody hear me? Hope you guys can hear me. There's nobody right now, but it's fine. A little tired still. Just woke up. That's fine. There we go. I'm gonna move the headphones. I don't like the headphones wrapped around it. All right, so welcome everybody. Welcome. All right, so we're gonna get started here, and I'm gonna talk about habits. And I think I might also do a little bit of an RC update. I want to hear from you guys. Well, no, I think we'll just stick to these. I'm just thinking in my mind for a minute, but it's fine. All right, so first I want to talk about habits here. I don't really have any notes, but I'll start to write stuff down as I think of it. So I also spelled it wrong. That's fine. So habits. I want to talk about habits for one moment because I feel like it's really something in my life that's difficult, not for me to necessarily erase as much as it is to start a new habit. So for instance, so for me, I've heard the saying, you can break a habit in less than 3 days, and you can build a habit in 30 days. If you can do something for 30 days, you can stick to that, right? Now, for me, the hardship is actually starting a habit, and in this whole thing, I feel like starting a habit is really, really difficult for me because I've kind of repeated that. But part of the thing I used to wake up early in the morning at like 3:30 in the morning, very, very early. And I would wake up and I would start by doing my devotions, doing a lot of stuff. Wake up early and kind of, I had a whole health routine, I'd stay healthy. But then when I got a job, actually, it wasn't even when I got a job. It was when I started to really hate getting up at 3:30 in the morning. When I really started to hate doing something is when it became really difficult to keep doing it. And so it had to become something. Let me just fix the gain on this, maybe. Is the gain bad? What do you guys think? Is the gain pretty bad? Do I need to bring it down? I think we're good. But anyways, yeah, so when I started waking up at 3:30 in the morning, I had this whole schedule. I would go from 3:30 all the way to like 9, and then I'd go to bed at 9. I wanted to make sure I went to bed at 9, so I was going to bed early enough so I could wake up the next morning. Well, it really became difficult because this whole routine was about health. This whole routine was my mental health, kind of everything I did was get up, read my Bible, go for a walk, take a cold shower, read a book. There was a lot in it that was really healthy for me, and everything was really healthy for me. Now, the issue came when ultimately I was doing this for a month, and only a month. But the issue came when I got sick. And when I got sick, it's destroyed the whole thing that I was doing. Because I was ready, I was like, all right, I'm going to get sick, and I'm going to get back into it. After 3 days of being sick, it sent me off the whole program. And I still have not gotten back to it to this day. That's how difficult it is for it. You said, is there anything new? Anything new? There's a lot of things new. After I kind of talk about habits, I'll kind of show you guys my RC cards a little bit. I've done some upgrades. But for right now, I'm going to stick to this. So yeah, that's what's new. But give me a minute. So starting a new habit in our life is a whole lot harder than we think. A lot of times, I know, especially it is for me because it takes a long time for me to start one. It takes a really long time for me to start a habit. And though I've been doing this for a long time, I get it. Starting a habit takes a little bit of discipline. Well, okay, so we're gonna go there for just a second. Okay, so when I started getting up at 3:30 in the morning, I was living a very, very disciplined life. At that time, we were eating no sugar, drinking 100 ounces of water every day. There was a lot in my day that was living by discipline. Now, discipline is not necessarily hurting yourself. Discipline can be doing something you don't like that is better for you, right? So there's two types of discipline. When you're younger, you get a talking to because you did something wrong, or there's a discipline where you really have to push yourself to do something you don't want to do. And the second type was the one I was doing. The discipline where I really had to push myself to do something I didn't really want to do. Now, I had to do this. Waking up at 3:30 in the morning, trust me, is not easy. I dare one of you guys to try it. Okay, try it. Seriously. I want to see how you guys do. But anyways, for me, it was something that I started to really hate waking up early. It became a thing where I was like, I have to get up now. It's cold, you know. It's something I really want to get back to. Okay, I really, really want to get back to that. Now, one of the things that destroyed that was another habit that I started building, which is kind of a good habit, which is my job. I started building a habit, my job, working, getting money, and I was supposed to be getting off my job at 9. Well, some of you guys know. Some of you guys may work at a restaurant, that when you start working at a restaurant, it becomes really, really difficult for you to actually get off at the exact time you're supposed to, especially if you are a cook or you're a night closer. It's almost impossible to actually get off at this time, right? You kind of have to keep doing whatever you're doing. And so when I first started working there, I think I was working there for a week and I would get off at 9 every day, and then my schedule changed because I started to realize I'm not getting all the work done yet. He's adding more to my schedule. I need to get more done. For me, it was just simply just get the dishes done. That was it. And they started adding, hey, do you want to help cook? Do you want to help, wash off the grill and the flat top and kind of wash everything down? And it became, because I started getting to that, I lost everything I built up to that moment, all the discipline in the morning. Now, discipline really has to do a lot with habits, because for me, even last night, I'm going to be honest, I really wanted to go to the gym. Really didn't want to go to the gym last night, and I know I needed to, but I didn't go because, well, here's the issue: is I fell asleep. I got in bed and I was like, I don't want to go to the gym. I fell asleep. Now, here's the thing: is when we put temptations before our discipline, that's when it gets really difficult. We put temptations before our discipline. Yo, hello, welcome to the stream. Wow, you're from Uptown Chicago. Very nice to see you. I'm really glad you're here. Welcome. And so discipline has a lot to do in our lives. It really does. So going to the gym every night is a lot of discipline. When I get off work at 10:30 p.m. every night, I get off work and then I go and go to the gym, right? That is incredible discipline. But there's pieces in our lives where you can still see I need more discipline, right? Thank you. You too. I'm really glad to see you. Thanks for joining in. I'm really, really glad to see you here. But yeah, so ultimately, discipline. There's pieces in our lives. We can see this piece of our life. Okay, this piece is going great. I've got a lot of discipline here. Another piece of our life, this is not doing so good. I need discipline here in my life. And so there's a lot of pieces, it comes down to that. For me, some pieces I need discipline in my life is waking up early. I have a really difficult time waking up early now that I work till difficult to wake up early. And so get in our way, it does for everybody. But I think it's better to start focusing on our habits. And so I might start writing down a few more notes here because I'm not quite sure. I just kind of jumped into this real quick. But But yeah, that being said, I'll probably get back to this. What? That's weird. It's saying I've been streaming for 1 minute and 27 seconds. I have not. I've been streaming for longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, okay, just because it reconnected, I guess. That's kind of strange. It reconnected and then changed my time. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm actually looking for somebody right now to collaborate with. I'm doing some RC videos, but I'm looking for someone to collaborate with because I need more videos. Well, I'm going to start doing some more long form videos. I'm going to try to do more long form videos. We'll see where we end up from here, but whoops. Yeah, as of now, I'm still trying to focus on this. Let me just think for a minute. I gotta create some notes for this whole live stream. I do have habits written down, but that's about it. I woke up at like, what, 3:30 this morning, and just kind of, I mean, this morning was completely different. Last night, I think I went to bed at 8:30. I don't work last night, and so I was able to kind of wake up really early this morning, but I never wrote down any notes for my live stream, so I'm gonna do that real quick. And I can kind of pay attention to the stream, too. You know, it becomes really difficult on YouTube to not try to have the mindset of I have to be better, I have to have more subscribers. I feel like because the most difficult part on YouTube, having a YouTube channel, is the very first part. When you first start on YouTube, right? Okay, when I first started, when I had 15 subscribers or so, I had somebody tell me in my live stream, or not in my live stream, I wasn't even live streaming yet. I didn't have enough subscribers to live stream. I had someone tell me in one of my videos, they said, "You're trash, you need to quit YouTube," with a throw up emoji, right? And though I could have quite easily listened to that person, I could have quite easily said, "You're right, I am trash, let that discouragement get to me and given up." But think about this, okay? If you can use that as motivation, use that piece. Someone said you're trash on YouTube, just give up. I'm tired of hearing you. Use that motivation to build your subscribers. When I started there, okay, at that many 15 subscribers, I used that motivation. I used every last bit of it. Every time somebody told me YouTube is not meant for you, you're going to fail on YouTube, you're not going to make it. That's the thing, right? You say you never listen to haters. That's exactly where we should be. Now, I think it's very important to understand there's going to be a lot of people in your career that are going to do that. Being that I had someone on a live stream a while ago, and they came on and just called me a bunch of names, and I actually blocked them from my live stream for 24 hours. Now, you can't be afraid to do that. You know, when people give hate to your channel, don't be afraid to fire back and say, "Hey, I'm not okay with this. This is my channel. I've got this far. I'm not allowing you to do this." And so when you get to a certain point on YouTube where you are at, 260 subscribers, guys, we're just half of 500, just over halfway. Now, do you really think now that I'm halfway, I'm going to let all those subscribers go because someone just hurt my feelings, because someone said something that really made me angry? Here's the thing is when we get to this point in life, there's a lot of times in life when something discouraging comes up. On YouTube is one of the most difficult things because you want to have a mix of, thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks for the sub and the like, by the way. There's a mix of things of, you want to you want to be popular on YouTube, right? Everybody wants to be popular on YouTube because that's how you make money. But everybody wants money fast, right? Especially when you're trying to get monetized on YouTube. I see a lot of people making videos just for subscribers. And for me, in my mind, I'm okay with that, These people, they put a lot of hard work in, I'm okay with that. But for me, I want to give people something of value. I want to give you guys something you can really think about, somebody mentioned something and this really hit deep in my mind. What is something I need to change, And so it gets to a point when being on YouTube is tough. I think everyone starts a YouTube channel because they think if their goal is money in the end, is because they think YouTube is easy. All you have to do is talk in front of a camera. YouTube is easy. Now, that's what people think. The first few weeks is going to be easy. Now, the next few are going to be so ridiculously difficult. And here's the reason why it's going to be so difficult is because you have absolutely no motivation to post. People haven't been liking your video. You haven't been getting subscribers. What's the point of posting now, right? Okay, sure. You said you're trying to make videos for people to entertain them as well. Sure, I'm completely okay with that. You know, if that's the route you want to go, if you are happy with that, go for it, honestly. Because that's half my channel. Half my channel is entertainment. You have to have an audience to come to your channel, okay? If you don't entertain your audience at all, in the least, if you don't do any work to entertain anybody, then people aren't going to come to your channel, right? YouTube does not advertise only educational content. So for me, I like to have half educational and half entertainment. Now, ultimately, the thing with that is once you finally get 50 subscribers, okay, start creating milestones. Don't create huge milestones in your mind, like I have to get to a milestone. Okay, here's what I do, right? When I started, I created a 50 subscriber milestone. This milestone was I'm going to get to 50 subscribers, and then after that, I am going to start streaming. That was my first milestone. And I didn't put that on public. That was just for me, right? I got to that milestone, 50 subscribers. You have about 100 subscribers. That's great. Keep going. Keep it up. And the thing I would recommend mostly for YouTubers is start by putting out. Stop focusing on, okay, if you're trying to get monetized, here's what I'm trying to say. If you're trying to get monetized on YouTube, stop focusing on trying to get monetized fast and start focusing on putting your attention into putting out quality content and getting monetized in 6 years. Now, it sounds a little bit crazy, but hear me out. Because if you try to focus on quality content, your quality will improve by far. In my videos, because I'm an RC YouTuber, right? I'm an RC YouTuber, and I also like to get on here and kind of do some education. For my RC videos, if I took one video that I started making, and I just did the exact same thing for every short, nothing different, no different music, the exact same thing every single time, it'll gain popularity over time, but it'll take a lot longer. What you want to do is you want to find one thing in your video, one thing, that's it, and take that and start to actually change it. What's one thing I can change? Okay, for me, when I'm making RC videos, I would always set up my gimbal and put my phone in my gimbal, right? My little videoing gimbal, set it up, and then drive my RC car. Now, I started to realize if I want these videos to be really good, you have to get the camera really close and kind of move the camera around a little bit. So I hired someone to be my camera person, right? And so that's what it's about. You have to change something every single video you do. Now, I don't do a lot of videos. I do mostly shorts. I think I'm going to start doing more videos. But anyways, that being said, it's about change something every single time. Now, I think it was Mr. Beast once said, if you have below 100 videos, your videos are probably not good. Let me read this real quick. And some people would get bored of the same thing. Yes, of course. Some people are going to get bored of the same thing over and over again. And that's why you have to change it up. And not only that, but you have to learn for yourself. Every single time you do something, you start making a video, you learn from that video. And the only reason why you learn from that video is because you want your channel to grow this much. If you keep doing the same thing, it'll never grow. Okay? So start by changing one thing. What type of videos do you want to do? What is your type of content? Is your type of content just finding other people's videos and remixing it? If it is, here's my advice to you. I would say stop remixing videos. I know it's easy to get likes and subscribes from it, but it's worse for the long term. Okay? If that's what you do, if you just remix videos, I would say switch your content a little bit. Okay? It's not bad for everything, When you first start on YouTube, it's okay. Okay, sure, you're a gaming YouTuber, okay? So, would it make sense to say people don't want to see the exact same game every single stream or every single day, every single video, right? They want to see different games. That's what I would say. The first thing is want to switch it up every once in a while. Don't keep doing the exact same thing. And yeah, don't remix a bunch of people's shorts because you have to create your own thing. If my thing is a RC YouTuber, it would be kind of weird for me to go and watch another RC YouTuber and do exactly what that RC YouTuber does with their RC cars. Okay, look at their background. That's a great background. I'm going to go do the exact same thing. Nothing is going to change. Stay the exact same person, say the exact same things, have the same intro. Why do you want to copy everyone else when you can start your own thing? So it's the same thing of remixing videos. You go and take someone else's video, you basically steal their video, right? And then post it and get subscribers from it. What's the point? If it's not your creativity, put your creativity to the test. Okay? Go and make something that no one's ever seen before. I was looking at a video and they were explaining how someone makes so much money off YouTube, how to make so much money. And they were saying it's not about going and doing the same thing over and over again. You have to create something that nobody else can do or nobody else wants to do. I'm going to use Mr. Beast for an example, okay? Not everybody can go and give away $10,000 to just a random person on the street. Here's $10,000. Here's $30,000. Not everyone can do that. So that's why, because he really stands out, because he's one of the only people that can actually go out and do that. Because he's put work into it, he's put time into it, he's put a lot of thought into that. If that's his thing, nobody else can really follow it. Some people can, right? But nobody can give away millions of dollars. Beast Games, for instance. Nobody can give away $5 million in a whole movie episode, whatever it is, And so that's the one thing you want to do as a YouTuber. You want to think of something. What is it that nobody else can do? For me, that's what I'm trying to focus on right now. And I haven't made a change because I haven't thought of something yet, right? And so for me, I can go out and take my RC cars and video them and just kind of slowly make it really cool. But anybody can do that. Anybody can. Not anybody can hire a person to man the camera, but everybody can do the exact same thing. And most people have better videos. So you really got to focus on what is something better that I can do? How can I improve this much more and change my videos so that nobody else can do this, One way to do it would be better camera quality, maybe. Okay. Sure, I hear what you're saying. You said you used to remix people's content off of CapCut. Yeah, I'm really glad you said you used to, because I feel like that's one of the things that's kind of most destructive to new YouTubers, as remixing videos. And I'm not sure why they created that. It's just it's easier for YouTube to gain money, and it's not really easier for you to gain money. If you want to get monetized off of remixing people's videos, great, I'm glad you got monetized, but it's not something that'll carry you for a long time. And it won't carry you a lot of money for a long time. You said, I love RC cars, but I don't have the big ones like you. Sure. And so even when you have a small RC car, I've started to learn to really kind of love the small cars. And here's the reason being is you can kind of enjoy them for what they are. Some people really like fast cars. Some people really like big cars. Me too. I like big cars and I like fast cars. But I've started to realize these fast cars and these big cars actually break down a whole lot more than these small cars. I can have these small cars for years and they never break down. And even if they do, I've studied the whole car, everything in the car. If one of the electronic components breaks down, I can just go and fix it. I know how to fix everything in these cars. Now, this one right here, the 60 mile per hour Ford Raptor, it's a little bit hard to do that. So people really like, yeah, exactly, the ones that can drift. And there's also people that really like the ones that can really crawl, and you can upgrade the suspension on all these cars. Everyone's got kind of a different idea in their whole thing. But right now, the whole point is try to find something you can do better. So I've got a job right now. I've got a job and I work YouTube. And here's the reason why I would say to do this is because if you can have a job and you can work YouTube, then you can constantly put more money into YouTube. You can put more money into having better videos, having better video quality, right? Having better cameras, better lighting for my videos. If you guys want to go back and look at my other live streams, go back and look at one of my oldest live streams if you can, and go and look at the camera quality with the bad lighting versus the new lighting. This is what you do. When you invest in new lighting, it really changes everything. So go and invest in something, make something better. What will it take for you to actually start to do this, right? If you're a YouTuber that's looking to get monetized soon, I would hold off on the soon as much as you can. Try not to make it soon, but try to make quality videos, like I said. And then from there, go and invest in things that'll really, really improve your videos. Right now, okay, I've got like 6 RC cars. Now, I don't want to go and buy another RC car. RC cars can be expensive, so I want to kind of space it out a little bit. Buy an RC car every once in a while. So what can I do instead of buying a new RC car to make my cars more interesting? You can upgrade them. Put on new shocks, put on a new body, create something different about them, right? Change something in that. And so, here, let me show you guys, let me give you guys an example. So, this is my RC Traxxas Ford F-150. Now, I could keep the same truck and keep doing the exact same videos with this, or you can make it kind of fun and you can mod it. Now, the things that I've modded is just, I mean, the width on this thing, portal axles, everything's been modded, everything's been fixed up. This is the new one. Now, you can stop here, you can say, okay, I've got a stock Traxxas Ford F-150. This cost me about $200. Or you can say, okay, how can I increase the value of this $200 Traxxas Ford F-150? First, make it heavier on the bottom. Okay, you've added some brass weight, add some brass portal axles, add some clearance, add some really good shocks. Okay, but before you do any of that, study everything, learn it. Okay, I love RC cars. What do you do first? You go and learn RC cars. You go and look at all the wiring. You go and look at the underneath part here. You go and look at every single thing about it, and you study it. You memorize it. Because the first thing you should do before you start modding an RC car, before you start upgrading an RC car, learn your car first. What's that? For sure. And that's the thing, is when you can start to realize, okay, what's one thing in my YouTube streams, my YouTube videos, what is one thing that I need to improve? Okay, first of all, get a mic set up. Okay, I've got a mic. Now, I have a boom stand, but I don't like the boom stand because it kind of gets in my way. Okay, that's fine, you know. Alright, I've got decent lighting. I'm happy with the lighting. The background looks good. Okay, what's the next step? Better camera quality, right? Now, for me, that's what I'm working towards. I'm working towards better camera quality, and also I'm looking towards putting out more videos. Not as many shorts. I've put out a lot of shorts, but I want to put out more videos because videos bring more, you know, I want to kind of explain how I did all this, how I did everything. For me, that's kind of the point. And so, yes, I agree with you, though. I definitely do need a new mic and camera and streaming software, everything like that. It can get expensive. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to focus on slowly upgrading everything from here. Because, you know, you can upgrade everything now, or you can start slowly make changes and then figure out, okay, you can start to learn. Again, learn your streaming setup. Okay, if I'm waiting to get more room so I can stream proper, so I can have RC cars behind me, so I can have, you know, a big area to stream at and just really make good videos, I'm going to prioritize a computer, first of all. I'm going to go from mobile to computers. For sure. OBS, okay. That would be the one thing, though, I believe I would need a computer for, but that's going to be on the next on my list, is buy a computer for my live streams, right? There's always something you can upgrade, even though you think you're doing amazing on your live streams, even though you think, okay, this is great, everything's going great, everyone loves me, everyone's subscribing, there's always something you can improve. Take the top YouTuber right now, Mr. Beast, and go and look at his videos. He improves something every video. Still, I guarantee it. Every video, he still improves something. Something that he's learned because he's improved in the past. You always learn from improving something in your videos. Sure, that makes sense. Using PC is a whole lot easier. Right now, it's just kind of, the object for me is money. Not because I don't want to, but I want to start off with a really, really nice PC instead of something that'll glitch and lag every 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I want to go get a really nice one for like, you know, $1,200 more and get something really good for that price. Now, here's my goal. In all this, I want to focus on having quality and having good videos. Because here's the thing. Okay, if you upgrade everything about your setup, you buy new cars, I bought this $600 RC car. I made a video unboxing it, and it got 0 subscribers. I think it got maybe 1 like from it, and it's because I didn't know how to video properly. Now, knowing how to video properly is a huge thing. So you can have the whole setup, you can have a mic, you can have a computer, you can have lights, you can have cars, you can have the whole idea. But if you do not know how to video properly, if you haven't been on YouTube for a long time, you'll never understand it. Now, part of this is understanding the audience. I can go on every live stream, and how I used to do it, which is kind of, I'm really glad I've gone out of that whole era, was because I didn't know how to start a live stream. I didn't know how to keep talking in a live stream. And so I would kind of just sit here and wait for somebody to comment, and then I'll read their comment and then start talking about that, right? And so now that I've been on YouTube for over a year now, I actually know how to do certain things. Now, I don't know how to do everything, but I've learned from things, you know? Every single thing I do, I learn from. And so it's really important to start learning. And I can go in my videos and start saying, hey, if I can get 5 subscribers in this stream, I'll do this, which is what I used to do. I used to say, hey, if I can get 5 subscribers, I will go and buy this or do this review. But I think that actually is more destructive to your channel than actually focusing on creating quality content. Whoa, okay. Okay, yeah, I totally get what you're saying, and thank you for saying that too, because I think that that truly is the result. You know, if you want to have more attention, sometimes it's better to kind of back up. Stop focusing on the attention. Stop focusing on, hey, like this video, subscribe for this. Stop focusing on that, and start focusing on being a quality YouTuber. Start focusing on how can I engage with my audience here. You know, if I wanted to just go and see everything I look at everything I see off the internet and just study it and then try to be the exact same person, I won't have my own personality. You have to follow your own personality, but don't let your personality be the kind of person that brings you to, don't let that person bring you to constantly looking for an audience, constantly looking for subscribers, viewers, likes. That's not the person you are, you know? You shouldn't be constantly looking for this. And so, thank you, by the way. You said you are so good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, I really appreciate feedback. And you have to look at these live streams. Okay, what makes a better live stream? Engaging with your audience. How can I engage with my audience? Sometimes that's putting up a poll. Sometimes that's literally just being here for you guys and reading your questions, answering, giving you guys something you guys can actually look at, right? I mean, instead of just having empty content where it's nothing more than me over here showing my RC car, I can hold this RC car up and brag about it all day. Or I can focus on showing you guys how to create a better RC car. I can focus on teaching you guys something. I can focus on engaging with you guys. Or I can focus on, having something, showing you guys something that doesn't actually mean anything, right? If by the end of the day, I want to give you guys this whole thing and say, here's the RC car I built. Isn't it so cool? What have you guys learned by the end of the day? How has this helped you in any part of your day, right? You can hop off this live stream and still feel the exact same about me than before, okay? If you hop on and say, wow, okay, he's teaching me how to put new brass portal axles on here. He's teaching me how to be a better YouTuber in total by learning how to actually put out good content. That's where you want to go home with, right? If I'm trying to teach you guys something, I'm trying to engage, the best way to engage on here is to teach, but also keep your mind open to read comments right here, be ready to change the topic whenever, okay? And so I can go from talking about RC cars, talking about discipline in my life. I can if I want to. But, it's all about understanding your audience on certain live streams. Everything changes. Now, I'm really glad I discovered live streams because when I got to 50 subscribers, I started live streaming, see how it was. I was like, well, we'll see how it goes. Live streaming ended up being the biggest upgrade I've ever made to my channel. Now, here's the reason why. It's because when you start live streaming, it really creates more engagement for your fans. They can actually talk to you, ask you questions. And, you can do that on a live stream. You can ask questions, everything you can teach on a live stream much easier than you can in a short or a long form video. I like that everything on our live stream is raw footage. You can't go back and edit it out and say, oh, I didn't actually mean that. What you say on a live stream, you mean on a live stream. And that's one thing I really like about live streams. And one thing also is if you're a new YouTuber, the best thing I would recommend that you do is immediately start streaming. Once you have 50 subscribers on mobile, start streaming as much as you possibly can. Put out as many live streams and try to engage with your audience the best you can. Try to find something, plan before your live stream, plan what you're going to talk about, and start talking. Anyways, that being said, I'm going to end the live stream here. I really thank you guys for hopping on, and I really hope you guys learned something from this video. I will see you guys all in the next live stream tomorrow.